We can see that that sell side liquidity pool here I'm highlighting at 19,901.25. That is London's low overnight around 3 o'clock in the morning. And there's that buy side again at 19,996.25. And here's the first presented fair value gap. The draw on liquidity would be here, but not before treating that gap as an inversion fair value gap. But we had 10 o'clock news. So you have to wait for that news to deliver. So it went up there, stopped short of running that high, came down, took out the sell side here, and one more time sweeping below that 3 a.m. London session sell side liquidity pool. Why would they want to go down here? Because they're going to pick up all these orders down here that are resting to go short on a breakout or to protect a long position. So either way, sell side or sell stops are resting below that level. So the algorithm drops down there to accumulate here, all through here, and then after 10 o'clock, it rallies higher and then goes above that 938 first presented fair value gap here. It trades above it, then comes back down in. It does not, notice this here, it does not break that low. It comes right in here. Look at the body. So what is it doing? It's validating this as an inversion fair value gap after that news driver. So because that news driver was a volatility injection, we have to be careful because it's a Thursday before non-farm payroll. You probably shouldn't be trading on Thursday and Friday of non-farm payroll at all. But it comes down and validates it by not going into the lower half, or even in this case, consequent encroachment, and then rallies. That was to me confirmation that, okay, it validated it. So now I got to find an entry. Because if I think that it's going to trade up into that volume imbalance, then best case scenario, what would the best case scenario be as an exit? If you're trying to get long using this inversion fair value gap down here, and you're aiming for the volume imbalance on the daily chart, which is shaded in that red area here, the best case scenario exit would be at the high of that volume imbalance, right? Wouldn't you agree? So aiming for an entry at the first presented fair value gap, which is going to become a inversion fair value gap, and then rally up to first pool of liquidity is this 19,996.25. So that's a low-hanging fruit objective. My entry strategy, let me show you what that is, okay? Because you don't have to always get into the trade at the PD array that you're looking for. You're going to miss entry sometimes, folks. That's the reality of all this. What do you do in that case? This candlestick right here, and I have an arrow below and above the candlestick I'm denoting. That candlestick's open down to its low. That is its discount wick. In other words, it's the wick below the candlestick. The next candle after that, you can see here I'm denoting it with that arrow here and that arrow here. I'm doing the same thing here. That wick, I'm highlighting the midpoint. This is my gray pool. Algorithmic gray pool, you extend that in the future, okay? And that is your portion of where you can get in. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Wow, that's really not anywhere close to the inversion fair value gap or first presented fair value gap. Isn't that chasing price? I'll get to that in a moment because I already know what you're thinking. But right now, I want you to take a look at the entry. Okay, here's the entry, and look real close right there. You'll see that that is me getting in at the low of the gray pool. Okay, and now I'm going to show you up here me getting out of the trade right there. There's a little caret symbol saying I'm getting out at the high of the volume bounce in the daily chart. Folks, that is as perfect as you can get without getting in at the inversion fair value gap here. When we move away from the first presented fair value gap, because it's doing two things here, acting as a inversion fair value gap, which I told you it was going to act as way back here. It goes down through it for the purposes of upsetting the liquidity that's resting below London's low and this low that formed. And then they rally it back up into the inversion fair value gap candidate. But does it offer that validation? Nope, it goes in there, goes right back out. You have to wait. You got to wait. And the market goes below that once more and then rallies above it, trades back down into it, and then runs away. That's validating it. That is verifying that that is absolutely what I said it was going to be at 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was going to deliver this way. Now I have to find another way of getting in. Now, let's say you didn't want to use the gray pool. Maybe you don't understand it. Maybe you don't want to touch it. It's complicated. It's complex. You're making it difficult, ICT. Okay. Well, I'm teaching technical science. If you want to do simple stuff, you can do my immediate rebalance, which is this candlestick's high. It rallies through it here, and then the next candle opens, trades right back down to that candle's high. That's an immediate rebalance. And the next candle or the next candle after that, price will start running. it sees price rip higher and it goes right to that pool of liquidity as a very low hanging fruit objective. In and of itself, that right there is enough. But you have to determine what you're going to use as your model. You could have used these two consecutive down close candles here as my bullish order block. And right there and there, it gets you an entry. But now that first percent of fair value gap, because we completed the weekly objective, my weekly objective, price has already booked what it should have done, then it's reasonable for price to do what? Start seeking discount arrays. Well, that would be starting in here, midpoint consequent encroachment of the daily volume imbalance, then the low of the daily volume imbalance, and the high of that April 2nd daily premium wick high. And then if it goes below that, what could we trade for? Back down in the first percent of fair value gap. So I'm going to extend this here in time. And I'm also going to show you that for those that were wondering, is this chasing price? No, it's still in a discount. If I'm aiming to look for the setup here, and I believe that the high of that volume imbalance on the daily chart is my draw and liquidity, the perfect terminus exit for me. So I'm going to frame the entry off of the inversion fair value gap here, draw the fib up to that high of the volume imbalance. The 50% level of that range is here. So everything above that line is a premium. Anything below that line is a discount. So when I'm entering here inside this gray pool, am I entering at a premium? No. But we're going to extend that first percent of fair value gap in the future, and now it becomes a discount array. So it's going to draw price down into it as it does right there and stops dead in its tracks where some random level of a consequent encroachment of the first percent of fair value gap. Rallies back up to our old buy side liquidity here. Remember, liquidity pools can act just like any other array. Just because it went up here and swept that liquidity doesn't mean that they won't use that area again. Remember, the algorithm doesn't know how many orders are at that level. It's just going to go to that level to offer fair value to the marketplace, not for your purpose of entering a trade, but for smart money.